and yeah, it's just a few minutes. Whatever, it's soon enough! Aww, you won't stand a chance! Clever. Well, Jack's the way Chance will play. That's one of my favorites, Universal. Jack's the way, and Chance is gone. Bye-bye! Yeah? Chance! Yes? Chance! What? Cut the crap and let's hurt these people. Okay. Because anything he can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Yes, I can! No, you can't. Yes, I can! They think they can control me. Ha! Me! This place, this Halloween horror night, this is my stage. Just imagine, Act 1, American Horror Story. It's a working title. Act 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre with chainsaws. Act 3, The Exorcist. The power of chance compels you. Act 4, The Walking Dead. Woodbury, wolves and walkers. Oh my! I'm not here because he left me. I'm here because I want to break everything and everyone. I'm here because I want to know just how people work by ripping them apart. I'm here to spread fear and screams and pain. I'm here to hurt you. And you. And you. I'm here to hurt everyone. So welcome to the show!
All right. Okay. Not what we expected. I don't think we thought that Chance was locked away, but apparently we were sorely mistaken. Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
If you're okay, give me a good scream. You guys can do better than that. Give me a good scream. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you are ready to face the nightmares that Universal Orlando is going to have you, well, actually walk through and live here at Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights 26. How about a big round of applause for that? That's right. Now, we want to give you a chance, pardon the pun, to learn a little bit more details about the event this year. And before we bring up some of our friends from Universal Orlando's entertainment group, well, we do know that there's going to be a Q&A here as well. So we're going to break down some things for you and give you guys a little bit more insight. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
All right. Now, not only do we have some of our friends from Universal Orlando Entertainment, but tonight we'll be joined by executive producer for AMC's The Walking Dead, Greg Nicotero will be here with us this evening. That's right. So, before we get that Q&A underway, I'd like to introduce Patrick Braillard, show director for Universal Orlando Entertainment, Art and Design. Patrick.
Happy Halloween! Oh, come on. Happy Halloween! We are in our 26th year for Universal's Halloween Horror Nights, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. We are so thrilled to have you all here to not only get a look at the content before you walk out into our mazes and our street zones and see our live shows, but to also get a glimpse a little bit behind the curtain as to what we do. Now, before we end up bringing out the rest of the entertainment team, I want to make sure that I thank you on behalf of everybody at Universal Orlando Resort for being here at this event. We are so thrilled that you're here for the beginning of a brand new era. 25 was a huge year for us. The anniversary year, Jack, we set records, we broke records, we defied expectations, and we were so thrilled that as many guests as they did come through our gates came and experienced that event with us. This year, we have the opportunity, the chance to move forward with our thematic. For the very first time in our history, we're taking the opportunity to tell a sequel of sorts as far as the event is concerned. We're starting where 25 left off, a direct sequel to that event in our 26th year. At the end of the Carnage Returns show last year, well, consequences happen and you can't lock up Jack. So who's your best next option? Chance. Now, she's anything else but a consolation prize, though. She was taken and locked away. And that was the biggest mistake they could have made, because for Chance, getting locked away wasn't a sentence. It was a joy. They locked her in a locked, confined area with 400 potential victims. There's a problem with that. Chance is going to break out. And as it leads into our first maze, which is our first original maze I'm going to talk about, is the Lunatic's Playground 3D. You won't stand a chance. It gives us the opportunity as the creators to uniquely tell Act 1 of her story. Act 2 will be covered in a scare zone that I'll talk about in just a moment. Now this Act 1 for Chance in Lunatic's Playground gives us the opportunity to tell her story, but it also gives us the opportunity to do so in a very unique way. With the technology that Wildfire presents, with 3D, we've got the opportunity to truly mess with our guest perception as they walk through and see the story of her taking over the asylum with the maniacs. Now, that's a good maze. It's a great opportunity for us to show our guests Chance's story, but we also have 8 other mazes. The next we're going to talk about, Tomb of the Ancients, our second out of our 3 original mazes this year. All of the ancient civilizations had ruins. So you've got the Egyptian pyramids, you've got Angkor Wat, you've got the Aztec temples. But what if they weren't temples at all, but rather warning signs, caps on top of hellmouths that kept beings from underneath the ground from taking over the earth? Well, unfortunately, like Halloween Horror Nights is apt to do, something goes horribly wrong and one of those seals is broken. And you get sent into this Tomb of the Ancients. We minimize the pathway. We lower the ceilings. We take you into an area where if you're claustrophobic, you're going to have a problem with this maze. We've got monsters and creatures that are going to be coming out from every single angle, and it is one of the most impressive environments that we've ever had in our tenure. Moving on, our requel. Not a reboot, not a sequel, it's Ghost Town. It gives us an opportunity as the creators of the event to reimagine or revisit an area that we might have already touched on, a story that we might want to grow. Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch, gives us the opportunity to revisit the maze, the spectacular maze from 2004 that we had created, but in a whole new light. We get to tell more of the story. The story is that miners and settlers had set up this town because they found gold. Now that's great for them, but unfortunately when they discovered the mother lode that was in a nearby hill and brought it to the town center, they could have had no way of knowing that it was cursed, that it was going to cause everyone to get greedy and have gold fever, and everybody died. And you get the opportunity to go through that town. It's going to be fun. Now, that is the third of our three original mazes. Let's move on to our horror properties. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, come on, give it some love. 1974's Texas Chainsaw Massacre from Tobe Hooper ushered in a very real true crime slasher movie. And it is one of our favorites. And we look forward to showing you guys the Hewitt homestead. Using the actual ground plan of what would have been the homestead house as you make your way through our environments to revisit certain scenes from different angles gives you an opportunity to get scared a lot by a lot of Leatherfaces. There will be chainsaws. Speaking of slasher movies, Halloween, Hell Comes to Haddonfield. Like any proper, like the event this year, which being a sequel to the 2015 event, we also have the opportunity for the very first time to tell a true sequel in maze form. The 2014 Maze of Halloween, who saw it? Who's here for it? All right, it was an amazing maze. Michael Myers was everywhere in that place. And because we know the story of Halloween 2 so well, as fans and as well as creators, we get the opportunity to take you into that exact story, starting the maze with the last 2 rooms of the 14 maze before moving on and telling the rest of Michael Myers' story. And it is fun. All right, speaking of fun, Krampus. Yeah. You can't help but watch this movie and think of films like Gremlins. You have that horror/comedy dichotomy that you really, really want to sink your teeth into. And for us as creators, it was just super fun. We're like, yes, it's a Christmas maze, it's a horror maze, it's a comedy maze. This is great. We couldn't wait to explore the story of the Ingle family and take you through their experiences in that house. You'll see gingerbread men. You're going to see the teddy bear. You're going to see Cherub. You're going to see Jack in the Box. You're going to see Krampus. You're going to see a lot of elves. It's a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, we have been wanting to do this maze for years. This is the scariest movie of all time. And it also presented a very unique challenge for us as the creators, because 90% of this movie takes place in a single bedroom. And unless we're going to take you guys through 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 different bedrooms and come through the window and then through the doorway and then from underneath the bed and then through the ceiling, it's the same bedroom over and over again, no matter what is happening on the bed or near the walls. So what we decided to do is take those favorite moments as fans and blow it out as if it was a fever dream. You're going to walk through the maze, and the very first thing you're going to see is the facade, that very famous facade, and you're going to have the chance to literally walk through the movie's poster before going into the maze. Once you hit that portal, all bets are off. You're going to see those famous moments from the film. And if you've never seen The Exorcist, you will tonight. Yeah, we can do that again. Yeah. We're really excited about American Horror Story. We get the opportunity to take this amazing show with so many varied characters and so many amazing sets and show it to our guests. To take you and dump you into the worlds of Season 1, Murder House, Season 4, Freak Show, Season 5, Hotel. We get the opportunity to take you in and show you what it's like to actually be a part of American Horror Story. We are very, very excited to show this maze. It's one of our Uber mazes. It takes up the majority of Soundstage 19. You're going to have a lot of fun in that maze. Yeah. We are thrilled to bring this maze back. There were stories left untold over the previous years that we now get a chance to show our guests. For the previous years, we really formed a thought that it was going to be a single chronology from the beginning of the maze all the way through the end. And this year, we get the opportunity with AMC's The Walking Dead to take you through our favorite moments of the series from the beginning until now. We get to revisit scenes that you may have seen in the past as far as the house is concerned, but take you through them from a completely different entrance and exit. We get to give you a different camera angle, as it were, as you walk through these events. Plus, we get to take moments from the street zones of the past, bring them into the house, blow them up, and give them the due that they deserve. We get the opportunity to do things with this maze that we haven't been able to before. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Patrick?
Yeah.
So you've been doing a really good job of this as far as explaining all the houses is concerned. Anybody out there specifically, have you had the chance to take a look inside of this house as of yet? Anyone in the audience? No one yet. Well, we got some friends of ours that are in the back. We figured, I mean, you did a great job in explaining, but maybe they could give you like a first-hand experience of what it was like, because they just went through it.
Right on.
We bring them out?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming some of the cast of The Walking Dead. Please welcome Lauren Cohan, who plays Maggie. Alana Masterson, who plays Tara. Seth Gilliam, who plays Father Gabriel. Ross Marquand, who plays Aaron. And Jordan Woods Robinson, who plays Eric. Well, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. We really appreciate you spending some time. And as I was telling the guests here, you just experienced this house. You want to tell us a little bit about how it went?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
So scary. You guys like it?
Yeah.
You yelped a few times, I gotta say. You kind of get a little, I mean...
Dude,
Not gonna talk?
Tell you backstage not to tell them I yelped. What is the deal?
It's kind of fun.
It was really great. You guys should go.
You should go, and the one tip that we'll give you is if you think it's less scary with your eyes covered, you're sorely mistaken. Maybe. Even when you're behind Alana and Greg and Ross and Seth, it's still scary with the sounds. But we want you guys to have a great time. We don't want to scare you off of going. We're going to wish you a happy Halloween and welcome. And big, scary love from all of us.
We love you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, come on down this way, guys. Lauren, Alana, Seth, Ross, and Jordan. All right. Thanks, Patrick. I'll let you take back over there.
How do you follow the Walking Dead's cast? Hi, guys. I guess we can follow it by not only talking about the houses, but then moving on to what becomes another portion of our event at night, the scare zones. Our guests can come through the turnstiles and they can choose to go into a house. But if you walk around the park, you have to go through the scare zones. And I heard it talked about earlier today. Blake Braswell was talking about the scare zones. He's our house show director this year, or the street show director rather. And we were talking about the scare zones, and he said, you know what, they're just like houses. They just don't have roofs. That's a great way of describing it. So as you walk through the park, you're going to see 5 fantastic scare zones. In New York, you've got Survive or Die Apocalypse, where 3 warring clans vie for your fellowship so that you can be a part of their apocalyptic group and take over resources. You've got Dead Man's Wharf in San Francisco, which, if you haven't been in San Francisco yet tonight, do yourself a favor, go out there and look at the boat that we beached up on top of San Francisco. It's amazing. The Annabelle Lee. For you horror fans out there, you know what I'm talking about. So then you've also got Lair of the Banshee in Central Park, where we've literally condensed Central Park even tighter than it is, and the creatures that are in there are fantastic. The mask work that our makeup and prosthetics team has done this year is amazing. Then you've got Vamp 55, Hollywood high school's homecoming, driving through downtown Hollywood, and the greasers show up, but instead of being greasers, they are vampires. It's a lot of fun. And then, as I spoke earlier, the chance to tell the sequel in 2 acts. The second act of Chance's story is told in A Chance in Hell. That's in Avenue of the Stars. It gives the opportunity for us to show Chance full in mode, taking over not only the asylum, but now all of the maniacs have broken out with her and have taken over the entire scare zone. These 5 environments are also joined by roaming hordes of chainsaws. Welcome. Now, Horror Nights is houses, and Horror Nights is scare zones. But there's also another facet of Horror Nights that is definitely necessary to complete the formula. Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure, celebrating its 25th year of spoofing biggest figures in pop culture, and this year is no different. This show this year is hilarious. I'm really, really excited for you guys to go see it. Speaking of excitement, there's another show that we have this year, Academy of Villains, House of Fear. If you don't know who Academy of Villains are right now, don't YouTube it, don't Google it, just go to the show. They're a fantastic group of performance artists from the West Coast. They've got a studio in San Francisco as well as LA. Their crew is about 90 strong. They auditioned that crew down to strong 16 members who do not only shadow play, aggro work, but hard-hitting, high-intensity dance. And it is an amazing show that grabs you by the throat and just slaps you until you walk out. I'm really, really excited for you guys to go and see that show in particular. Now, that is the slate as far as Horror Nights is concerned. Oh, that's right. We've got the repository. The repository is a brand new experience for our guests. And to talk about it, I want to invite out here TJ Manarino, Senior Director of Entertainment, Art, and Design. TJ!
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. Smiling faces. Are you having a great time? Yes. Okay, great. Well, as Patrick said, the repository is an all-new experience that we've created this year. Basically, it's a new generation of basically horror that we're taking you into the world of cutting-edge technology. Now, what does that mean? What that means is we've taken custom virtual reality technology, added our world-famous live scare actors to this experience, wrapped around highly detailed thematic sets. And it's all given to you through a kind of an immersive storytelling experience, which our guests have probably never seen anyplace else, and only we can do it here. Now, the story of the repository is this ancient, centuries-old warehouse that is known to house strange paranormal artifacts. And you, as guests, enter in small groups of thrill seekers to find your way and survive the repository and basically get your way out. Now, I have a lot more details, I'll tell you a lot, but I think we're going to be able to sit up here and answer some questions, but I just want to whet your appetite, tell you that this is something that nobody's doing, something that you have to see because it's amazing, and I know from our 26 years of doing this, this is exciting stuff that you guys really want to be a part of. So I'm going to stop and throw this back to Patrick.
Awesome.
All right, thank you, Patrick, and thank you, TJ. So this year's event, of course, sounds incredibly awesome, and we're going to bring up a couple more guests so we can get underway with our Q&A, because we know all of you have some burning questions that you want to ask. So allow me to introduce another key member of the Universal Entertainment team who has worked to bring this incredible event to life. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming show director Charles Gray. Hey, Charles. Hey. And now we are very happy to welcome our special guest for the evening, Greg Nicotero, executive producer and special effects makeup supervisor for AMC's The Walking Dead.
Guys, I'm just going to sit in my chair right here.
Now,
It's being embroidered right now.
Oh, hold on.
in just a moment, we'll take questions from the audience for these gentlemen on stage. And we've got members of our PR team that are in the audience there, so they'll come by with a microphone. You'll be able to stand and address the panel here with your question. But just to kind of start things off, Charles, how did the entertainment team tackle Halloween Horror Nights 26 after the iconic 25th anniversary of the event last year?
Yeah, so last year was iconic. It was huge. It was amazing. And right away, I remember walking with Patrick the very first night of that event. We walked into the Uber house and we went, time to get to work. Time to get to work on next year. So immediately we start strategizing. Step number one was we have Chance, our icon. She's the backbone of this event. And then from there, what brands we were going to represent. We have an amazing lineup this year. And then for the originals, we had to look at what we already have. We have residential. We have some classic. We have the bedroom. We have the hotel. So all these different looks. So we came up with an Old West genre, all right? We have the Tomb of the Ancients going down underground. So we marry all those things together to kind of check all the boxes. So there's something for everybody in this event this year. We're very proud of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to the audience. And our first question, where do we have our two representatives out there? Yes, over on the side. Okay, yes, please stand up. You take that microphone and ask your question.
Hello, my question is, where so many of us have already seen these films and TV shows before and kind of know them inside out, how do you keep us on our toes, and can you change things and add things, or how's the kind of side of that?
I guess I can answer as far as how we go about attuning ourselves to any of the horror properties that we bring. They are so iconic and they're so memorable and everybody knows everything about them, but that's kind of your Achilles heel, isn't it? It's a film. It's on a flat screen, you're watching it, and you're very passive. We take you and we jump you into a 360-degree immersive environment and actually have Twisty the Clown come after you. We've got walkers from every single angle coming after you. We've got Reagan coming after you. There are, as far as how we bridge that gap, it really is due to the partnerships and the collaborations that we have with people like AMC, that we are able to partner with them so that we are so close to what their perception of what they want to do with their brand, as well as what we know we want to see as fans ourselves. And if we've done that, then hopefully people like it.
You know, I think that's a great question, because you know what? I grew up loving horror, loving all these. I'm excited about The Exorcist Maze. I haven't been through it yet, so I'm very, very excited about it. But there is something immersive about it. It's one thing to see it on the screen, but, you know, being a fan, I've gone to Martha's Vineyard to see where they shot Jaws, and I've stood at the bottom of the steps in Georgetown where Father Marin, I almost said Father Karras.
It's Karras.
It is Karras.
It is Karras. You got it.
I'm not as big of a nerd as I thought I was. But there's something about this genre that solicits that kind of connection. You know, the reason people go to conventions and the reason that people watch these shows over and over again and go to see these movies and want to emulate them is because they want to feel somehow connected to this material. And what I love about Universal, and that I've always been excited about, is these guys create the opportunity for you to experience it right in front of you. It's not watching it on television, it's right in front of you. And I thought I had the greatest job in the world. I have a pretty great job. These guys get to do it all year long. I have a 4-month hiatus on The Walking Dead, and I go off and do other shit. They get to do it all year long. I'm kind of jealous. So I would say really give it up to these guys, because today is Christmas Day for them. They're opening up Halloween Horror Nights, and an amazing, amazing team.
Great question and great answers. Thank you so much. Do we have another question in the audience? Someone close with a microphone over on this side, maybe, if she's coming around to you. Right down there on the aisleway. Yeah, just tell us what your name is and ask away.
Hi, my name is Andrew. Questions for Greg. Over the last 30 plus years, your film career has included Jason, Freddy Krueger, Evil Dead, Quentin Tarantino films, and The Walking Dead. In all those years, is there a favorite sort of accomplishment, something that favorite makeup design that you have done? What is that?
Well, that's a great question. Thank you very much. There are a lot of sort of highlights in the 30 years that I've been doing this. The fact that we were talking about From Dusk Till Dawn the other day, and that was 1995. I keep forgetting that it feels like it was yesterday for me. You wake up, you do makeup on a bunch of really beautiful naked women from 6 a.m. until 10 o'clock at night. It kind of was my job for several months. But I've had the greatest film school in the world. I've been on set with Quentin Tarantino and Inglourious Bastards and Pulp Fiction. I was there when Travolta stabbed Uma Thurman in the chest. So for me, I feel like I've been fortunate enough to be sort of a fly on the wall on these amazing cinematic moments that have happened over the last 30 years. But movies like Sin City, which was really just sort of Robert Rodriguez, who had never done visual effects, redefined how we would shoot visual effects, and went from Dusk Till Dawn, where he didn't love how the process worked, to tailoring it to his style of filmmaking. So for me, there's a lot of amazing moments that I've had. I think Dusk Till Dawn, and I think Sin City, but again, the makeup effects team from The Walking Dead is backstage drinking all the beer, and every year we come down, and I want them to feel a little bit of the appreciation for what they do. You have these makeup artists that show up at 4 a.m. They meet the actors, and they're there all day. They watch them transform, whether it's Eddie Murphy or whether it's Benicio del Toro or Mickey Rourke. We get to transform these people and turn them into characters, and we watch them change, and at the end of the day the makeup comes off and they become someone else. So for us, it's a really fascinating process to watch these people metamorphose, and I've had amazing relationships with these actors because they have to trust us. So the makeup effects team that obviously that are responsible for all these amazing mazes and things, it's a great experience. So I think every single time we get into it, we have a new character. We did Suicide Squad, and Twin Peaks. We did some stuff coming up on that show, and so it's really fun because every day there's a different challenge.
Very cool. Thank you so much. Yes, we have another question over on this side.
Seth, do you have a question?
I was going to ask, why don't you invite the makeup team out here to get...
Oh, you know what? See, that's what you have actors for, to remind you how much you suck. Actually, hey guys, if you're not, why don't you come out and wave? If you're back there. Jake, Kevin, Karen. Come on, Seth just put you on the spot. Hey, you have to walk in the light. You gotta walk in the light now. See, now I'm being the director. Kevin's the only one that came out. He's like, oh fuck, I gotta come out. Sorry, am I allowed to say fuck? Anyway, by the way, the Walking Dead banner that you see for Halloween Horror Nights, Kevin did the makeup on the and by the way, the walker that's in the opening credits that's walking through the field like Bigfoot, that's Jake.
Let's give these three a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. All right, yes, we've got another question. Yes, sir, go ahead.
This is for TJ, actually. As you're this is the first VR maze that Halloween Horror Nights has done. I'm wondering what was different about the process of developing this, and more importantly, are we going to get to experience that?
Tonight, no. Sorry about that. We have planned opening for this on the 29th. But our process as we started is this event has grown over its 26 years. And we didn't want to lose what really is the energy of this experience, which is you do it as a group. You come together as 5, 6, people, and you experience all of the horror. And there is a dynamic between you and your group. You watch other people getting scared. You like getting scared. So for us, when we started VR, the big thing was you got to do this as a group. You can't do it by yourself. So that was where we started. At the same time, we didn't want to make it all about the digital world. We want to make it about the real world, because a lot of what Greg and his team has created is all about that live interaction with characters and environments. So for us, it is a great blend. So this whole experience is about 30 minutes, actually, that takes you through these different worlds of live environments, interaction with characters one-on-one in a small group, puts you into VR to tell a story a certain way that we can't do in physical environments, take you to paranormal places, at the same time end with a grand finale that you have to learn and work together as a group to solve and survive and get out. So for us, we think it takes a lot of what we do really well right now. We add in some of the new tools that are available to us with technology and give you, the audience, the ability to kind of drive your own story. So for us, we're really excited about it. We're really looking forward to you guys getting a chance to experience it and us to learn, like we've done with this event over the 26 years, and figure out how does this propel us into a new world of horror. So we'll hopefully you guys have fun.
All right. Thank you so much, TJ. We have another question out there. Over on this side here. Yes, right up in front. That gentleman there. If you would go ahead and stand up and take that microphone. There you go.
Greg, somebody's got to ask, who is it?
Who's what?
Oh, you know.
Guys, can I tell you how much this sucks? It's been 5 months of me not. I can't answer it. I can't talk about anything. If I do say something, if there's not an apostrophe or a period, then people assume it's crazy. You'll find out soon enough.
That young woman has a question.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, so
Here we go.
I am a serious fan. My whole family. So what I want to know, I'm trying to make it so maybe you can answer it. Is anybody going to come back that's gone? Are we going to see somebody come back on the walk?
Is anybody going to come back that's gone? I'm not. That's a great question, but it's so broad. Shane's gonna come back. We'll bring Shane, Herschel. I don't know. I would love to see those guys come back. We're kind of dead. It's a little bit. However, I will say that I believe if people don't want to watch the presidential debates, there's going to be a big, 2-hour retrospective of the entire 6 seasons of The Walking Dead that will bring people up to speed as to where we are. And they've interviewed all current cast members, all past cast members. It'll be 2 hours. I just did my interview last week, and weirdly, I remember, season 2, episode 11, Dale. I couldn't believe I remembered all of it. But it's weird because you look at them and everyone's face, they're so young and innocent. We've destroyed all of them. All the lines and all their faces is my fault, basically.
So, Greg, as you know, there's several seasons that are represented in the Walking Dead house.
Yes.
Of those, what are some of your favorite scenes that you've seen in there, as far as scenes are concerned?
It was fun. I went through the maze with the actors, and Lauren was literally hiding behind me. And I was like, okay, there's going to be a walker on the right. And then there was a walker, and there's going to be a walker on the left. I had to sort of talk her through. She's like, I don't like scary stuff. I love that her and Alana, they're all hiding behind me. But there's some great moments. The bicycle girl, well walker. I love the fact that we get the greatest hits of The Walking Dead, and you get to experience something new. It's not the same thing every season. And every year in the mazes, I like the tunnel scene with Aaron and Maggie. It's just fun, and it's exciting, and it's scary, and we have so much to call from that we could keep doing this for another 26 years. See, I totally just got your guys' budget extended for 26 years, and you're welcome.
We have time for a couple more questions. Yes, in the back.
Hi there, my name is Renato Marafon. My question is for Greg. I'm a big fan. I want to know which one is your favorite season of The Walking Dead, and how does it feel to recreate this experience for regular people to walk among zombies?
Hello, by the way. Every season's different, and I think what I can say about season 7 is it's exciting for us. When we shot the finale last year, as heavy and intense as it was, I remember Andy and I standing on set and going, guess what's next year we're opening the world. We're gonna get a chance to meet Ezekiel. We're gonna see the kingdom. We're really spreading our wings creatively, and that was the thing that we're most excited about season 7. You're gonna get Hilltop, and you're gonna get the kingdom, and you're gonna meet all these great characters. So for me, every single season of The Walking Dead is a little different because you get a little flavor. I think season 4 for me, because I feel like that's really where the show kind of took off into the stratosphere. I was really excited about that season. I think in terms of having the opportunity to recreate those experiences for fans, I'm a fan. I mean, I literally, if I wasn't here on this stage, I would be out going through the mazes. I'll probably see you guys tonight running around the mazes because I love it. I mean, it's what inspires me. It's what keeps me going. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years, and The Walking Dead's been on for 7 seasons, and we kill ourselves every week to make sure the show feels fresh. It has to feel fresh for us. I mean, a lot of times they always say, "Oh yeah, 4 seasons in the show, TV shows kind of start to wander a little bit." We are so dedicated to that not happening that I literally have no stomach or colon because it's all been rotted away from stress. Because there's so much pressure on us to keep the show fresh, and I just want it to be on the air again, so then we can talk about stuff. So soon enough. But again, to this creative, amazing team, it's a joy to collaborate with like-minded people that really just love what they do.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We have time for one more question. Where are we going to go to? Right over there on the side.
Daryl Dixon shirt on. Norman will be pissed if I don't talk to you. So.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Greg. As someone that's directed so many big episodes now of the show, as you're walking through these mazes, is there any moments that you've seen where you're like, I kind of wish I had thought about that for an episode, when you're seeing the actors pop out, or alternately, something you're sort of taking notes about for future directing gigs on how they're kind of framing things or playing with the action?
There's a big difference. That's a fantastic question. There's a huge difference between being live and shooting film. And shooting film, we can cut, move the camera, everybody can go have a cigarette and drink some water and chill out. We have to concoct our scares artificially with camera angles and lenses and things like that. These guys have to do it live every night. It's way harder to do it live because the audience's expectation, we can't manipulate you guys as much on film because you're not in the room with us. We have to sort of guide you. Whereas here, they have a much harder job because it's happening around you. So you can stand and walk and look to your left or look to your right. The scares have to be much more meticulously crafted. In The Walking Dead, I directed I don't even know how many this year. I directed 3 episodes already. I start my 4th episode on Tuesday, and then I do the finale. And, you sit in the editing room, and you're like, oh, there's a great moment. Let's just extend this moment. I want to see a little bit more of this Walker. I get to sit and cut and play with it and draw out moments that I feel I want the audience to elicit a specific emotion. These guys, it's completely different. Because these guys, it's like they don't get a chance to, wait, no, hold on, go back to the beginning of the maze and we're going to try it again. It doesn't work that way. So they have a fantastic opportunity to craft these scares live.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm sure we could all talk about the different facets of what they'll experience at this year's Halloween Horror Nights, but I think it's time to get you guys out and get your first-hand experience. You guys ready for this? All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give these gentlemen a big round of applause as they make their way out. And, again, a big round of applause for Greg Nicotero, ladies and gentlemen. Right this way, gentlemen. Step right off the stage here. Okay, now in just a few moments, we'll let you guys get on to your RIP tours. Please look at your credential to find your RIP